What's up, what's happening, what is going on, Cantaloupes? There's nothing we hate more as NFL fans than seeing a great player, or any player, honestly, go down for an entire season. And it's even worse when it happens before the season even starts. It happens way too often. I'm Mike Cantalupo, and today we present 10 brutal NFL injuries that happened before the season even started. And a huge shout out to Shav12 for suggesting this video. Ryan Leaf in 1999. He was drafted second overall by the Chargers in 1998. He tore his labrum during a training camp session in 1999. That was on his throwing shoulder. He was never the same again. He missed the entire season, and then from there it began confrontations with fans, coaches, and players. I will tell you this from real life experience. I currently have a torn shoulder labrum. This is the second time that I've torn it coming off of surgery. I would never feel confident to be an NFL quarterback throwing with this shoulder of mine. Jordy Nelson, 2015. He was Aaron Rodgers' favorite receiver for many, many years. He was coming off a career year in 2014, but tore his ACL during the 2015 preseason game. He caught a pass and went down without any contact. He missed the entire season. The Packers offense went on to struggle, at least in their terms, without him, but then he bounced back with a 1,000-yard season in 2016.
No time. Again, it's Nelson, and Antoine Blake fell down. Nelson did too, and it looked like he may have twisted his ankle on that play, but Jordy Nelson is a big part now, and he does limp off the field.
Ryan Tannehill, 2017. Oh, this one hurts to talk about. The Dolphins made the playoffs in 2016. He missed the final 3 games of that season with a knee injury. The Dolphins ended up having higher expectations after making the playoffs, but it all went downhill when Ryan Tannehill tore his ACL during practice. It was partially torn at first. He thought he could play with it. He couldn't. So he missed the entire season. Jay Cutler came in, and let me just say I am happy that Ryan Tannehill is back in 2018. As a long-suffering Dolphins fan, it is great to see him back and healthy. Branden Oliver in 2016. He was an undrafted running back out of Buffalo. He signed with the Chargers in 2014. He had his chance to become their starting running back, but he suffered a gruesome Achilles tear in a 2016 preseason game. Obviously, he missed the entire season and then barely played in 2017. That pretty much derailed his career. Never, or at least hasn't gotten a shot again.
Pressure. They set up a screen to Oliver, and he slipped. That could have been big. Emmanuel Lemur came over from the Bengals. The linebacker was there on the stop.
Well, you want to add depth, and that's what the good teams do, as you see.
The right tackle, Joe Barksdale, going down. Just slipped and went down.
Right away, you see
Tony Romo in 2016. 2014 was arguably Romo's best season. He nearly got the Cowboys to the NFC Championship game, but then he played just 4 games in 2015 after fracturing his collarbone. But in his 3rd preseason game in 2016, Romo ran the ball and was tackled by Cliff Averill from behind. That ultimately suffered a vertebrae compression, a fracture of his back. Then Dak Prescott came in and won the starting job. Romo would retire in 2016. You do feel bad for Romo, but the truth is, he's a great announcer. And I think he's doing just fine sitting in a chair on Sundays as opposed to putting his body on the line.
Pressure coming. Picked up Romo. Tries to slide out of the pocket. Chased down from behind.
Is so good at getting rid of the ball. A rare pressure here from Seattle, bringing KJ Wright. That's clean. That's Cliff Averill coming from the backside. He's going for the ball. You know about the collarbone that was repaired this offseason.
Julian Edelman, 2017. He was coming off of his best season ever. He helped the Patriots win Super Bowl 51, but he tore his ACL in a preseason game versus the Lions and had to miss their run to Super Bowl 52. The Patriots ultimately lost the game to the Eagles, but might have been different if Edelman was healthy. The Patriots got by without Edelman, as they always tend to do as long as they have Tom Brady on the field.
He cuts his way down about the 13-yard line. Julian Edelman up a little slowly, flexing that right knee. And again, Christian, the biggest part of these preseason games, stay healthy.
Yeah, you know, and you hate to see that. And you're trying to find out what happened to him. Yeah, looks like he hit, but he tried to. Julian Edelman has such violent cuts, and you see that's where he got his knee right there, just trying to cut, stick that right.
Sam Bradford, 2014. He was the first overall pick by the Rams in 2010. He's been hampered by injuries his entire career. His worst one was when he tore his ACL in 2013 and missed the second half of the season, but then tore the same ACL during a 2014 preseason game. He was sacked while playing against the Cleveland Browns and missed all of 2014. Wow, the amount of recovery that has to happen and just have it shattered right away in the preseason is devastating. Teddy Bridgewater in 2016. Bridgewater got the full-time starting gig in Minnesota in 2015. He helped the Vikings win the 2015 NFC North Division, and expectations were really high in 2016, but he tore his ACL during practice only a week before the season started. Bridgewater missed the entire year. It was a gruesome injury. The Vikings ultimately traded for Sam Bradford, before mentioned. Bridgewater ultimately had to watch from the sidelines as Sam Bradford and Case Keenum led the Vikings in 2017.
85 minutes into practice today, Bridgewater went down with a non-contact injury to his left knee. Bridgewater immediately had his knee put into an air cast.
Darryl Stingley, 1978. Stingley was a wide receiver for the Patriots from 1973 to 1977, but his career tragically ended in a 1978 preseason game. He collided with Jack Tatum of the Raiders. He broke 2 of his vertebrae, his spinal cord compressed. The NFL would pay for his medical bills the rest of his life, which they absolutely should have. And it's just a horrible reminder of the game that we love. Stone Johnson in 1963. He was a running back for the Chiefs. He was also an Olympic sprinter. He represented the U.S. in the 1960 games in Rome, but he fractured his vertebrae while returning a kick in a 1963 preseason game. He tragically died 10 days later from the injury. He was only 23 years of age. Again, be mindful of the players who are putting their lives, literally, not hyperbole, on the line every time they go out and play. What other brutal injuries happened? Until next time, I'm Mike Cantalupo. Thanks for watching.